Hey fam, Pharaoh here. We finally made it to the end of Duelist Kingdom and the beginning of Battle City because we are opening up some Pharaoh Servant today. Again, we've been doing this walkthrough of the 25th anniversary boxes because I owe you a box opening and I intend to deliver. What's really cool about this set is it has such historic cards: Ceasefire, Jinzo, Thousand Eyes Restrict. So again, only way to find out what's inside this box is to crack it open. Hopefully it doesn't give us nearly as much trouble as the last one did, Ryan. All right, so as you can tell, I'm very excited about Battle City. Battle City, I think, is a fan favorite of pretty much, I don't want to say everybody, right? Because there's people who love Duelist Kingdom, love the, various arcs of the series. But this was something special. I really think this is when Yu-Gi-Oh! Caught, the cultural zeitgeist with things like dual discs and so on. I think last time we did the left side, so we'll keep alternating here. We're going to go for the right side here. Man, I don't think I've ever pulled a Jinzo. Ever. Maybe one from, one of the reprint packs from Speed Duels. But I've never just opened a pack and just stared at a secret rare Jinzo. And we have hit pretty much all the secret rares. I don't think we missed one out of the last couple of boxes. So let's see what we get out of these. So right side, let's begin. Just gonna go ahead and start ripping through these. Hopefully you've gotten a chance to open up packs. If not, hopefully you get a chance sometime soon. This is, again, where the rubber hits the road, though, because really cool cards like Shift in the set, but also, nope, looks like just a Tokura Yaiba. But yeah, oh my goodness, Kisetai, there's just so many memories. This is, again, a set where you saw it in the show, you immediately saw it there in reality. But yeah, let's see what we got. Hopefully we can get one of those fan favorite anime cards. Looks like Spikebot. Shallow Grave's actually really good. It could be a ruling headache, so thank your local Yu-Gi-Oh! Judges every now and again. But looks like that is just going to be the only card we get there. Here, I'll leave the rares out until we at least get holographic card. There's some fun stuff in here. I want to say backup soldiers in this set too, so a lot of cool Exodia support. Also anti-Exodia support, Chain Destruction, just like Mr. Yugimoto here, wrecking face with Chain Destruction. Just did such a wonderful job in that duel avenging Joey. Oh man, it's one of my favorite cards. And you might be like, wait, Pheromone, did you just say Gravity Bind is your favorite card? Yeah, Gravity Bind is a great card because the best cards have the shortest amount of text. It says level 4 or higher monsters cannot attack. Now, the card's not as good as it used to be because things like ranks and link ratings have been introduced. But yeah, just an incredibly powerful card back in the era and fun to use as the years went by with combinations like Skyscraper and Elemental Hero Wildheart. Yeah, I went there. I did it. And that was a pretty good time back in regionals back in the day. All right, so we got Gradius, fan favorite. I mean, it's a cool Konami game for sure. Ground Collapse. Hayabusa Knight. Ooh, hey, look, it's Giafried the Aga Knight. No offense, Hayabusa Knight, but this is cool. This is really, really neat because I remember when people combined this with Blast with Chain, a trap card that became an equipped spell that gained 500 attack, but if it was destroyed and Gearfree destroys all the equipped cards on it, it could destroy another card. So just a really interesting way to use Gearfree. And then there was Dagger and Butterfly's Elma. We know what happened then. So yeah, it just shows you that the old cards are good for a reason. They had these really interesting interactions. As you can see, Gearfree is still a gorgeous card and definitely has some years left in him. All right, so Attack and Receive. We've also got Dark Bat. We've got Vampire Baby. We didn't really get vampires until later in the game. But after that, looks like it's just going to be commons from there on. Windweaver I've seen in a lot of different decks trying to run either, light or fairy monsters. It was one of those cards that, while it wasn't holographic, it certainly meant a lot to a lot of duelists out there because it was just a really high attack fairy monster. Let's see what we get out of here, speaking of high attack. Man, this pack feels stacked. If there was ever going to be a holo in here, no, just good card quality. Ooh, Nobleman of Extermination. Speaking of card quality, it was like Nobleman of Crossout in the sense that it banished any of the face-down cards that it went after, but it also could get duplicate copies if those were a trap. Looks like that's all we're going to have, but really interesting alternative option there, especially in formats where people were playing about the same cards. Not as much of that when it first released, but when things like Sakuretsu Armor came out, still a really good card, right? If you want to banish those traps before they happen to you. Other good examples might be Bait Doll. So haven't seen Bait Doll yet, but but just one of those things where like the old cards still do things. Speaking of old cards, we got Mad Sword Beast, piercing battle damage on a 1400 attacker. Not bad at all. Beyond that, though, it's just going to be Insect Invitation. We're not trying to run a Weevil cosplay deck right now, so we'll set that to the side, too. So many cool stuff. I want to say that Pharaoh's Servant, for me, I started competing in Spell Ruler, but Pharaoh's Servant for me was when I started cosplaying, actually. And so this is like when I was like, no, I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go collect all of Yugi's fun cards and you know, go get a Millennium Puzzle and wear it and dress up. Speaking of fun cards, we just hit 3 commons, so I think... This is what it feels like. So this is what all you duelists got to feel. You just got to see it. It's Jinzo. I mean, yeah, I get that Jinzo, you know, trap cards aren't what they used to be. Well, in such a way that Jinzo can't just dominate them. Jinzo's still a good card. But like, it's Jinzo. Okay, well, that's humbling. That's humbling because it still could have been Imperial Order, which is a great card too, but man, that is just... That's it. Okay, I pulled myself a Jinzo. Rip that Band-Aid right off. I guess Joey Wheeler's luck is running with me today. Cool. Wow, okay. We'll check that off the bucket list. Wow, okay, that's something. All right, let's focus. We're still a duelist, but it does feel good. Ooh, Beast of Talwar. What's with the 1 tribute 2400 attackers? Beast of Talwar is one of the earliest TCG Premier cards. I want to say it came in a 10 first. You can see it's always it's always treated as an Arcfiend card, similar to Summon Skull. But that's neat. Wow, this box is stacked with just like, it's a beatdown deck. They're just giving me the beatdown deck. Make sure you guys can see the cards too that we pulled so far. But yeah, that's a lot. That's okay, cool. Thanks for the Joey deck. Let's see what we got. Cold Wave, really cool spell card. People figured that out a little too late before something happened to it. Ooh, Thousand Eyes Idol, always a good one too. Ooh, I skipped a step. We had Dimension Hole, but I've already pulled, it's a Fairy Meteor Crush there, giving trampling ability to a monster that may not have it, so doing piercing battle damage. And that's so cool. That's really neat. Like, Fairy Meteor Crush doesn't feel like much until you've been smacked with it, with a monster like Mahavelo, who gains attack power and gets the piercing battle damage. It's just really neat stuff. Almost through our right stack, but I don't know how you're gonna stop that. I just don't know how, like, you get better than Jinzo, Beast of Talwar, and Gear Free. That's and the Fairy Meteor Crush, but we'll see, I've been wrong before. I'm often wrong. But looks like we've got Prohibition, so I guess I'll be prohibited on being wrong for a moment. And then Bubonic Vermin, so just some flip effect monsters from there. Prohibition, very powerful card still to this day. Ask your judge how it works. It's very complicated, but it does prevent you from using cards, so that can be really, really exciting for a lot of different things. All right, so taking a look here. Ooh, there's the time sale I was talking about when I found a Mask of Darkness earlier. Magic Drain. I love Magic Drain. I still think Magic Drain is good. If you don't know what it does, when they activate a spell card, you activate it, they either discard another spell or you negate that first spell. So like you either cost them a lot or they don't get to do what they wanted to do. Either result feels good. After that, looks like it's just going to be some commons, but really cool normal rares that are just like highly impactful to gameplay. All right, so that was what we got for this one. Not a bad stack at all. And don't worry, like I always say, they will end up in sleeves. You don't have to panic. They're going to be in sleeves at some point. But that's a really good early find there. And that Jinzo just... I finally get to feel what it's like to open up a Jinzo right out of a pack. Hey, it must be nice for you. Like, I pulled 5 Jinzos in the comments. Fine, you pulled 5 Jinzos. I got my one. One day I'll be as great as you. But until then, let's see. We've got Type 0 Magic Crusher Inspection, another Magic Drain, great card, and, well, Magic Drain's good enough for me. All right, so I got the Leaning Tower of Commons here, just the bulk that piles up. So we're gonna set that aside in the box and keep going through these packs. Again, this is the left side. All right, so Cyber Falcon, Twin-Headed Fire Dragon, Thousand Eyes Idol, Light Force Sword, really exciting card to watch in the anime when he like pulls the Exodia piece out of the Rare Hunter's hand. And I was so inspired by that. I was always trying to Light Force Sword people, and you just had to hope, right? We didn't have great ways of sufficiently randomizing your hand back then, so they would just shuffle the hand and put it out, and you'd just be like, that one's the Jinzo. And sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. Speaking of wrong, May not get another secret rare, but I've been wrong before. I say, hoping to pull another secret rare. I can get that second Jinzo so I can catch up with those of you in the chat for the 5 Jinzo record. Vampire Baby, and after Vampire Baby, just going to be another insect imitation. See a lot of insect imitations. Calm down, Weevil Underwood. We know you love bugs, but we're not here for that. Although we could pull Parasite, that'd be pretty neat. Let's see. Another Gradius. Can almost hear the music in my head. Shannon Javelin. Another Overdrive. Got Mystic Probe as well as Michizure. Really good card to be able to, you know, destroy one of their monsters. But after that, that's all we got. But you can see that the game is slowly but surely progressing, getting more interesting trap cards. So neat to have that as Sky Scout instead of the name that it originally had. Let's take a look here. We've got still a lot of chances. Really could make this happen. All right. So let's see what it is we get. Minor Goblin Official, a couple other cards, Science Soldier, another Shallow Grave. Shallow Grave was huge. Shallow Grave, especially if you did not own Call the Haunted, which was an ultra rare at the time. But looks like that's all we're gonna have for there. And for your flip effect monsters like Magician of Faith, you loved setting them in defense mode. Yes, you gave your opponent a monster too, but usually you had like something you could do with that, whether it was cross out, maybe Raigeki, etc. Speaking of etc., let's find out what we do get in our etc. here. Nomen of Extermination and, oh, okay, there's the Parasite. Really interesting card. Certainly the source of a lot of weird ruling debacles and stuff like that. You know, you would shuffle this into your opponent's deck, so you'd have to like place it, and then they would know which one it was because the sleeve was different, right? But really cool card there. Also got some various support over the years, like Parasite Paranoid. Try saying that 10 times fast. But yeah, so we did get additional Battle City staples here, and feeling good. Still could get that 1,000 Eyes Restrict though, which would be interesting since we did not get the Relinquish previously. All right, so Driving Snow, got a Spike Bot there, another Time Seal. Hey, I still like locking people out of their decks. Shift and another Insect Imitation. Shift is really cool. It allows you to shift targets, and that's kind of like a weird way of doing things for sure, instead of just like negating an activated effect. But it's neat, you know, there's certainly like different ways you can get around this stuff. Ooh, Cold Wave, by the way, speaking of getting around stuff. We've also got Attack and Receive, another Overdrive, Monster Recovery. Interesting card. Didn't get to see like a lot of effective play. If you maybe know a combo with this from that era, let me know, because I just didn't get to see it when I was dueling back then. But other than that, looks like that's going to be our rare for the pack. All right, we are just blistering pace here that we're going at, but still have to hope to get what we need, which at this point, I guess just another Ultra and a Super would keep us consistent with what we've been pulling from these anniversary boxes. Oh, what? Okay, well, that's never pulled 2 secret rares before. It definitely never pulled Imperial Order. Such a powerful card, too powerful for modern dueling hands. Negate all spell effects on the field. Once per turn, during the standby phase, you must pay 700 life points. This is not optional. It even says that on the card now. Or this card is destroyed. Just so, what? That's... believe they say that is a cracked box if I ever saw one. Okay. Well, this is definitely the best box that we have pulled from so far. We'll be opening more historic boxes and newer boxes as we go along, so maybe we'll pull better in the future, but that's insane. Kind of insane. All right, so... can we top that? Just another secret rare, why not? No, I skipped one, but it's the Fiend Mega Cyber. Wow, okay. Powerful ultra rare monster that if your opponent outnumbers you, you can go ahead and special summon him on the field. He's neither a Fiend nor a Mega Cyber here, right? He's not a machine, he is a warrior type monster. And just awesome there. Certainly tried to make it work. It's a dark, right? So if you were from the Invasion of Chaos format, which we will be getting to that box sometime soon too. Yeah, that's hype. Oh, and there's Flying Comet Carry number 2. We were talking about it in the other video. Neat. Okay, well, this box is insane, so even if these last 2 packs have absolutely no super rare higher cards in there, that's fine. But wow, worth the price of admission for sure. All right, so let's see what we got on the last 2 packs. After the Science Soldier, we got a Forced Requisition, and then nothing but net there. So, let's see what we finally get. Final pack. It's the Jinzos. I mean, like, let the camera refocus. We've had hours. We have had hours, but now let's see if we can't get lucky one last time. All right, so we got Solomon's Law Book, DNA Surgery, as well as Souls of the Forgotten, Spikebot, Morphin Jar number 2. I really liked this for Rock Stun, and okay, we got a limited removal to go with our Jinzo. That's exciting. Limited removal, again, doubling the attack power of all machines and then destroying them during the end phase. Really cool, quick play spell card, very powerful. Obviously, if you're a fan of Cyber Dragon, Jinzo, maybe you're looking at those new Ancient Gear cards coming out, Legacy Destruction. This is cool. This is, man, what a box. What is wrong with this box? Oh my goodness, like to just get all that. That's like, you would hope for a hand this good. So you could just be like, feed Mega Cyber, tribute for Jinzo, and I'll set limited removal and Imperial Order. And you didn't destroy my Jinzo, so I'll equip it with Fairy Meteor Crush. Like, these are just good cards for this era, which is really exciting, but like, man, that Jinzo, man, that's, well, I say man, that I'm holding like 2 secret rares back to back. This is a good day to be a duelist. It certainly is. Hopefully you're having a great day wherever you're dueling or opening packs or whatever it is that you're doing. But I hope it's Jinzo level good. And if it's not, know that your luck will turn around soon. Hopefully we get to catch up in the next video. And don't worry, we'll be opening up that Invasion of Chaos box before you know it. I'm excited about that. That is the set. But I don't know if we're going to pull nearly as good as we just did. Hey, but until then, take care, friends.